Welcome back to LPA Presents, the podcast where creativity meets conversation. I'm your host, Matthew D. Rhodes, and today we're diving deep into the underground music scene with a truly unique artist who's been making waves and staying true to his sound. Joining us is Eric Sanchez, a music whose work blends raw emotion with authentic storytelling, creating music that resonates far beyond the underground. With an agent in his corner and a growing fan base, Sulky has been turning heads, and we're thrilled to have him here today to share his story, his artistry, and his journey. So whether you're a diehard fan of the underground or just discovering it, buckle up because this is a conversation you don't want to miss. Sulky, welcome to LPA Presents.
Thanks for having me, Matt.
What inspired you to start making music, and how did your journey begin?
Oh man, what inspired me to make music? That goes back. That's a long, long story, my guy. But we'll go back. We'll take it back a ways. Back in the day of Sulky as a child, I was a mere 10 years old when I started producing my own songs, and I got pretty good at it. Between playing the guitar and sometimes the keyboard, which I can't play the keyboard very well anymore. I usually just hit notes in MIDI, which is funny that I produce the music I do with just MIDI. But what else? I played bass for a few bands. I sang, I screamed. I did a lot throughout my younger years. When I say screamed, I mean like screamo, like whoa, yeah, that kind of stuff. But yeah, then basically, okay, I'm gonna fast forward for a little bit. Later on in my life, I was in a very abusive relationship. I was with a girl who would beat me. I've been stabbed before, like things like that. It was just not a good place to be, and to the point where I became suicidal, and I was planning on killing myself. Now, that being, give me one sec here. Stop it. Yeah, so I was gonna kill myself, and the night that I was planning to kill myself, I decided I was gonna jump onto a video game and play a game called Halo Infinite.
Mhm.
It had just released a couple weeks before, and I was already playing it a bunch. And I had already created like a little comedy crew of like two or three people. It was like two people that I was like friends with that didn't know I was gonna kill myself, but it was like my last little friend group before I left. And I met this girl in Halo Infinite who was with her ex uh, boyfriend, and they were playing together. And they weren't together, but they were in the same room. And you could hear him just beating the shit out of her and just like demeaning her. And I just knew it was a bad situation for her. So the night I was going to kill myself was when I met them. And I decided I was going to keep them close, and that the time was not now for me to go. Basically, yeah, man. I eventually drove up to see her once I got her moved out of the current situation that she was in. Fell asleep in her driveway. I wrote a song on the way up to her called Where Are You, Eva? It's a pretty song, very happy. It's like, Where are you, Eva? I'm not that far. Where are you, Eva? I'm not gonna stall. I'll be there soon to rescue you. It goes in depth, and it's a very pretty poppy song, but actually it's a really a suicide note, because that was my last hurrah saying, okay, I haven't committed suicide yet, but if I can't save you from this monster, which I had already got her moved out of the situation, but it wasn't for very long. It wasn't very far. It was just a temporary situation, and so like it was a suicide note, being like, if I can't save you, then I'm going to kill myself.
Mhm.
And so when I got there, I parked in her driveway. I passed out in the car. She didn't actually think I was coming when I told her I was coming, because she lived in Canada, all the way in Nova Scotia, Canada.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I was in mid United States. So, or mid East. And then yeah, I parked in her driveway. I passed out in the car. The radio was playing. I woke up to a big knocking on my window, my door ripping open, her ripping me out of the car, and I spun her around as Dancing in the Moonlight happened to be playing on the radio. She kissed me so hard, and at that very moment is when I forgot I was going to commit suicide. And I forgot about that up until about a month ago. when I heard the "Where Are You Eva" song again, and I started breaking down crying, and I didn't know why, and it was because I was realizing it was a suicide note,
Mm-hmm.
and so that was just a big step in my music milestone to realize that I have escaped the suicide,
Mm-hmm.
and that I no longer feel that way.
So,
And on top of that, this bandana that I wear,
mm-hmm.
this bandana is representation of my survival from suicide. This bandana, it used to be my best friend's who passed away when I was in college. He actually committed suicide because he couldn't go to college with us. Like
Mm-hmm.
he was at home, and he committed suicide with heroin, with
Oh
a
no.
note and all. So, and you better bet me and my friends' names were on that note, being like, "Thank you for everything," this and that. And I always told myself I would never do something like that. But when my life came to the situation where I was just at the point of doing it, I was so disappointed in myself when I almost did it. Once I realized what there was a suicide note in that song
Mm-hmm.
for the second time, and now I just never take this bandana off as a reminder of what I've been through
Mm-hmm.
to survive um, throughout all this, and how I'm still staying strong now for my friend Brian who passed away. And that's the meaning behind this bandana. But there's a lot more to the story of my music. I can go on later on about it if you got another question.
Oh, I've got about 20 questions.
All right.
Who are your biggest musical influences, and how have they shaped your sound?
My biggest musical influences are not actually musicians. They're the people that I deal with throughout my life, who I
Mm-hmm.
meet them, my friends or whatnot. My life is my music, and therefore my story is told through my music. Um, what you hear is a melody that I feel best represents the feeling I want to portray to the people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the lyrics behind it don't always feel the same, and majority of the times they are not the same, but for the meaning purpose of the lyrics to how the melody is. It's like almost exact opposite sometimes. Like when I'm feeling sad
Mm-hmm.
and I write a sad song, I want people to feel happy while they listen to my sad lyrics because I
Yeah.
don't want people to feel sad. And when I want people to feel sad about my music, I make it a more depressing melody with sad lyrics. And so that's how I shape my sound. It's how I feel on the inside. That's how I produce all my music.
Yeah.
It's about how I feel about what the lyrics are saying, but also
Mm-hmm.
how I want others to feel is what the melody is going to be the end result of. So I always write my lyrics first before my melodies.
Yeah. I know earlier you were talking about wanting to write music based off of my work, and it's like I gotta wonder how that would sound, especially since I do have lyrics that I wrote for a song. I just haven't been able to do anything with them.
So a lot of that comes down to piecing the lyrics together. So
Hmm.
lyrics lyrically have to tell a story.
Right.
Therefore, your story tells a story. If that makes any sense at all. Basically what I'm saying is don't stray lyrics just for the rhyming purpose.
No, of course not.
Your book should be word for word, right?
Hmm.
Therefore, the lyrics you can add different ways to say things. Different like you don't. I would just recommend keeping your original lyrics instead of trying to rhyme them. Um, you'd be surprised the kind of musical influence you can have just by telling a story,
Hmm.
even without rhyming.
Well,
And that's why it just comes down to the vibe you want the audience to feel with the melody. How do you want them to feel at that certain time? That's the melody that
mm.
you use, and then the lyrics will speak for themselves.
Let's see. The way I did my lyrics was I planned on it being in a different language, so it's not exactly rhyming. But
What kind of
music is
language?
either Swahili or Japanese.
I love both of those. I love both of those. I've written songs in other languages before that other people have sang for me,
Hmm.
and I have not yet released those ones yet. But I have a few gems. Let me just say, of Arabic. I've got Arabic music. I've got Egyptian too. I've got Spanish. I haven't done French yet. I should do some French. I gotta learn some French
That'd be interesting.
or get a French artist to collab with me. That'd be cool. But like I do other languages too. I don't just do one language of music because I feel like music should be how you express yourself. And so my journey has been me practicing all genres. Therefore, I can express myself in however way I want to feel. The language of music. I can speak more languages of music by playing more
Hmm.
genres, more, languages of speech within those um, songs will also be another variant, another X factor, which I think is awesome. And I really want to explore it. I want to explore
How
it often.
how would you describe your music to someone who's never heard it before?
I've been told I have a sound,
You have a
but
sound.
that's the last thing I want is to feel like I'm making the same thing over and over.
Hmm.
But I've been told I have a sound. I don't like hearing that, but it happens. So it means I got to work on being more original with some certain things. But like when I go from my country genre to it might just be the tone of my voice, to be honest. I might be just
Yeah.
overthinking it. Because like when I sing like a country song, like, so rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel, rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Go back to the original that way.
Hmm.
Like I sing like country and then like the metal that I do, or like even screamo, like "Whoa," or whatever. Just people say I still have the same tone throughout my genres.
Oh
Is what I'm trying
no.
to say. And so that's why, well, actually, that's not 100% true because I made Princess too. And Princess is a song that's sung in a female vocal
Hmm.
that I actually recorded. And it's me singing, which is fucking crazy. And people still don't believe that's me. But so people think it's Roxy, who is my female vocalist that I use in my band called SulkyThread,
Hmm.
which is also my name. As egotistical as that sounds, it started off with me just wanting to do my solo gig
Hmm.
and then bringing more people on board that can help me perform live since I produce all my music
Yeah.
and it's mostly just all me. So that's mostly how it came about. And then I started bringing like Addison in as my DJ. And Addison he's really good at what he does. He's really good at what he does. And I even have a track called Addison is Sick. I have two tracks called Addison is Sick. There's Addison is Sick and Addison is Sick Reloaded. So they're both really good tracks. It goes like, I'm Sulky Thread, the mind behind the sound, creating magic, yeah, I wear the crown, fueling the flames with the beats I create, while Addison spins, making the crowd elevate in this crazy ride. We own the night. It's fun, and it's like a dubstep beat going over it. It's really cool.
So, what is the story behind your stage name anyway? I've always wondered that.
The story behind my stage name is kind of funny. It's boring but funny. Um, I remember I put in something stupid for my I think it was Battle Pope or Battle Pope 69 or something as my original Xbox gamer tag on the original Xbox.
Hmm.
And it said like, sorry, that name's already taken. Here's a list of randomly generated names that you can choose from. First one on the list, Guitar Gal something, and I was like, no. And then I was like, next one on the list, Sulky Thread, and I was like, boring, plain, mine. So that's where that came from, and I just got back into using it after for a while. I had like other names I went under too. I'll stop. I had other names I went under too for a bit for like gamer tags and stuff. But and I think I eventually did make a Battle Pope 2007. Because I think it was all the way up to 2007 when I was trying to do each year. But yeah, I've always kind of used Sulky Thread for everything.
Is there a particular underground scene or movement that you feel most connected to?
Underground. So my music is actually now being played on Glacier Underground FM as one of its top tracks, if not the top track. I am in the running for Song of the Year at the moment, which is fucking sweet. But
Wow.
excuse my language. Yeah, I know. For Glacier Underground. I think that's awesome, and I just put it in too. It was like a week ago, and it's already hit the top of the list. So it's called My Sad Song, and that will be available on Spotify very shortly. But it's right now it's being played on Glacier Underground exclusively.
I think by the time this posts, because it'll be about April, May, the podcast will be available. You'll either have already won the
It'll
thing of the
definitely
year.
be out by then.
Yeah.
It's gonna be out in a few days, if anything.
Can you walk us through your songwriting process? Like, do you have a ritual or routine?
You know, a lot of people ask me that. And it's funny because my ritual, my routine is I'll be doing literally anything. And
Yep.
then inspiration.
I'm
I can look at a sign, I can look at a light, I can look at like anything.
you
I
know
can look at my dog and just be like, "Oh my god, that's a great idea, Pearl."
you know just for my followers, the kind of thought process that we both have is I've got over 55 concepts based off this particular way of doing things. Other than I don't know if you know, but the last book I wrote, Lawless Hour, was based off something that was set on the campaign trail.
Yeah. Oh, one thing you should know about me and the
Mhm.
audience should know about me. I don't like being told. Actually, I love it. I actually do love it. I love being told what I can't do. I love being told it because then I always just like I will work myself to the death to prove you wrong. That is a big thing about me. So when people say, "Oh, so what genre of music are you?" I do all genres. Oh, well, like what do you mean? You name it, I'll do it, kind
Right.
of thing. And people are like, "Oh, cool." It's like if I think it's a cool idea, I will do it, especially if I don't think it's a cool idea, because I'll make it into a cool idea.
We're kind of a mirror of each other because you're the musical side, I'm the book side. I will write in any genre as well.
Yeah, and I am not diagnosed, but your boy thinks he's got some autism. So like, I mean, like I think that anyone who can process the information you need to be successful in today's society has got some sort of autism, to be honest.
Right? No,
So, because the life takes a lot, right? And the people
mhm.
whose minds are processing things and understanding, okay, so that makes sense, and that doesn't. Okay, let's do it this way because that makes sense. Like, I feel like I don't know. I'm just being stupid, but I feel like anyone who can just correctly problem solve is just one you're going to make it far in life. You just
Well,
got to put the effort into it. But
I think the actual statistics is the higher your IQ, the more likely you'll have like autism or something.
that's generally what I'm trying to say. Yes.
Yeah. What comes first when you create a song? Lyrics, melody, or something else?
Usually it's lyrics. Lyrics are the first thing. Sometimes I'll just be chilling and I'll hear a melody in my head and I'll be like, "Oh, that is a good idea." And experiment with it. But usually I'll write the lyrics and I'm like, "Okay, time to write a song." After we write the lyrics, I sit down at my computer and I look at the lyrics. And I'm like, I just go up and down on pitches. It sounds really weird when I do that, but like I'm going like I'll scale things,
Hmm.
and I'll just be like, and I'll usually be pretty accurate with what I'm trying to do. Sometimes I can kind of screw up like the key that I'm going for, and it's all has to depend on how I want them to feel,
Right.
um, the vibe of the song. So when I'm doing something like that, I'll usually after I write the lyrics, I'll either hum my melodies until I figure out what I do like. But most of the time when I do that, I do it at least once. It's because I'm just reassuring myself that that's like the kind of vibe I want to go for with these lyrics. And then after that, I start building it instrument by instrument, which is the fun part. I love working with MIDI and I love working with instruments. And when I do that, it's just, oh, it comes out so clean when you combine the two, MIDI and instruments. That's why I love synth players. If I can find a good synth player, I will by all means hire you because your boy needs it right now, because I can't do everything while I'm performing, you know? It's
Right.
hard enough for me to just sing and perform. I'm not like multitasking artist like most people are. When I do things, it's step by step process methodically until I finish it, which is usually a couple hours, to be honest, if you know what I mean. It takes forever to like through one instrument. I'm not saying a couple hours, way more than that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Do you prefer working solo or collaborating with other artists, and why?
That's a fun question. Honestly, I prefer working solo. And it's nothing to do with anybody else. I'm trying to get more people to work with me in band format because I need the musicians with me when I'm performing live. But
Yeah.
when I'm recording and when I'm like producing, I like my own flow all by myself to do my own thing. And that's why I produce our music and then we play it live usually after. Sometimes I'll guest a vocalist on it, but I'll already have the vocals sung and like laid out for them to sing over so they'll understand how I want it sung.
Yeah. But according to one anime that I've watched, I would figure it would be your agent that would actually help you get the band members you need.
My agency's a little different.
Mm.
Uh, Mine's a talent agency, so they don't have a lot of musicians.
Ah.
So that people are associated with this agency are not really musicians. Mine is more Hollywood style, which is what I've been going for because that's the agency that will get you to the right people. So if you're a musician out there and you're trying to find the right way to find your way into a good situation with high-end people who are going to get your music heard by millions, if not billions, you need to reach out to the right audiences, and that's crucial to music success. These getting placed on Spotify playlists or these underground artists that are not even trying to get anywhere with their music because they don't know how. It's literally as easy as giving out like flyers in traffic, for example, with your music on it. I mean, look at Mr. Beast. That's how he got big,
Yeah.
right? With a YouTube channel. Now, you have business cards that you're handing to people in public, or people usually don't take it if you're a guy or an artist. But if you can strategically work into a conversation first with them, and be like, "Oh yeah, what's up, man?" You're talking to them one on one about a certain experience. They don't think you're you're soliciting or anything, right?
Yeah.
Because you are soliciting your music this way, but you're also meeting brand new people. That's what you have to understand about advertising your music is. Every one of your listeners are your friends. They believe in you.
One of the reasons why I started this podcast to begin with is I'm trying to get an agent. The problem is I have no experience inside of Hollywood, so everyone's like, your work is good. You just don't have the experience that we can actually pull you up with.
I might have something for you behind the records that you could probably work with at some point. I can't talk about it now, obviously, but
Right.
remind me later on about that. Just say code word pineapple.
What's the weirdest or most unconventional thing that has inspired a song?
Oh man. Say that one more time to me. Give me more try at that because I'm telling you, I got a lot.
What's the weirdest or most unconventional thing that has ever inspired a song?
Oh, inspired a song, not
Yes.
done in a song. Dude, there's a lot. There's so much. I don't even know where to begin with that. It's like almost everything, to be honest. Like it could be this cat that's eating a bag of chips right now, right next to me, that knows it shouldn't be. Yeah, that's right. Um, something like that. It's something small. It could literally just be anything that makes me feel like emotion or express emotion.
Mhm.
Um, Anything that makes me feel emotion, I usually write about. And that's why my story is, you'll hear in my music as it slowly gets released, everything that's happening to me and all the feelings I've been through with my ex and with, uh, you know, trying to get my message heard to her that she saved my life. that
Yeah.
I am a suicide survivor, and she didn't even know it. Um, and how I can't reach out to her anymore. She's blocked me on everything for no
Oh.
reason. But it's not like I'm trying to date her again. I just want her to know that she saved my fucking life.
Yeah.
That's important to me. And so the only way that I can contact her now is to get my music heard big enough that it gets to her. And that's my story right there. That's the moral of my story. It's a journey to get my music heard by her, where she eventually hears it and hears the messages that I've been saying to her the whole time about how I've been feeling.
Yeah.
And they're inspirational messages, because coming from a suicide survivor that she doesn't even know that I was, like, she changed everything about me, and she doesn't even know it. And now she's completely neglecting me, which I understand, you know, but at the same time, I want her to at least know that she saved my life. That's the worst part about it, is going through life knowing that someone else who saved your life doesn't even know they saved your life. It's the worst feeling in the world.
I'm getting ready to marry the one who saved my life.
Amen to that, brother.
How do you decide which songs make it into an album or EP?
That's a really good question, because my original answer was going to be every single song makes it in, but and they do for the most part. I think I've only had 2 songs in the last 3 years that I did not really that I'm not planning on releasing. Out of everything I've done, everything is usually a one-shot try. Cat, stupid cat with the chips. But yeah, it's usually like a one-shot try where I tell myself I need to make this beautiful, and I will run it through. I mean, obviously, it takes a lot of attempts within one try, but
Mhm.
every song I make, I usually release, unless I'm not happy with it. When I listen to it at the end of the production process, I hit play and I listen to the whole track after it's been finished,
Mhm.
and I say, "Wow, this sucks." Then I don't use it. So I think I've got about 1,400 tracks so far I produced over my life.
Yeah.
Um, Out of that whole 1,400, I think maybe like less than 50. No, it's gotta be more than that, because when I was younger, I never really did like my music. But I'm still planning on releasing that stuff in the Rewind album, actually. So, yeah. So like 50 or less in my entire life that I've just never planned on releasing,
Hmm.
and I only started planning on releasing recently, right after Revenge My Pizza finished, and I was like producing music and stuff. Like Badger Blunts, actually, he heard my music because he was living with me at the time, and he said, "You need to release this. This needs to be heard." And since then, I have been releasing it, and people have been loving it, and I'm so glad they love it, because my music is my story. This is
Right.
what I feel. So about everything. I mean, even like the cover songs, for example, when I do like Wagon Wheel or something like that, that's how I was feeling. That melody is how. So have you heard the Wagon Wheel version, Matt, that I did?
Mm, Actually, I've not been able to listen to any of your music. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude, we gotta get you on that. Let me see if I can pull up a quick glimpse of it real quick. Oh man, it's right here. Yeah, this is Wagon Wheel. Heading down south to the land of the pines, I'm thumbing my way into North Carolina, staring up the road and say, "Gonna see headlights, headlights." I made it down the coast in 17 hours, picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers, and I'm a hoping for Raleigh I can see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. So yeah, that's like how I do Wagon Wheel.
Sadly, I'm not going to be able to use that clip.
Why?
Copyrighted music.
Oh. Even if I give you permission?
I think I might be able to if you give me permission.
Can I just give you permission on the stream?
I think so, yeah.
Then I give you full permission to use that track on this stream.
What's been the most memorable performance of your career so far?
Most memorable performance.
Because I know you've been doing performances in.
I do know. I know which one is currently in my most memorable performance, and I also know which one. And you're gonna be surprised when you hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know which one in the future is going to be my most memorable performance, and they are one and the same. They are one and the same. So, you know your girl, Moist Depression, right?
Yes.
So you know how her mom, I think she's already passed since now, but you know how she was doing badly
Yeah.
health-wise. And she asked me to produce a song with her lyrics.
Oh, wow.
And I had a little bit of lyrics in there, but it wasn't much. Like the lyrics were almost all hers.
Mm-hmm.
But I called the song Moist Depression, and it should be released very soon. It's called Moist Depression, and it's a song from her to her mom.
Aww.
Saying that I'm sorry, I didn't work it out, lost in all the doubt. You know, everything seems gray now. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I didn't mean to hurt you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I took that and I produced that the way that she felt.
Yeah.
And that's why it's a very sad song. And then right after that song, yes, Sulky, you fucking did it. I made a song from her mom talking to her saying, "Don't cry for me, my baby girl. I'll still be with you in this world." And it's like, "Don't fade it, you'll shine so bright, like a diamond lighting up the night. Every dream you ever dreamed will bloom in ways you've never seen. I'll be the whisper in your ear, telling you to never fear. You're my little superstar. I'll be watching from afar. Every stage, every light. I'll be there when you take flight. Don't you worry, don't you cry. Spread your wings and touch the sky. Even when I'm not around, I'll be smiling when you're found." So when I first performed that song live, those two songs in order, like
Mm-hmm.
her singing to her mom, I was crying. And then
Aww.
when her mom was singing back to her, I was crying. When I produced those two songs, I was crying. In the future, when I sing that song with her, Moist Depression, on stage,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be crying. Because I know what's going to happen next is that Superstar song, which she still hasn't fucking heard. I don't think she has, at least. The Superstar one, which is her mom singing back to her. So when she performs the Moist Depression song with me on stage, and then followed by the next one where she's going to stay on stage, she doesn't know why, and I'm going to sing her this song, we're both going to be in tears, my guy. And that is going to be the most memorable performance of my life.
Aww.
Whether she knows it's coming or not.
And I think
that's going to be a thing.
I don't know if she listens to the podcast or not, so I'm hoping that performance is before this podcast comes out.
That would be dope. But I don't know how big I'm going to get before that. Probably not very big. So we're just going to try and test the waters before in the music industry before we get to a performance. Because when I perform this with her on stage, I want it to be so big that she gets the biggest reaction she will ever have in her life. Anything that I will ever have in my life. And the reason for that is because she deserves that, dude.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, I have to wait till I get bigger to really do that with her on stage. But you better betcha, when that happens, it will be the most memorable fucking performance of my life. So, and of hers too, I'm sure. But
I gotta wonder, have you ever had a moment where you thought, this is it? I have made it.
never,
Never.
because the second your journey's over, where you go? Onward to another journey? No, you should choose a journey initially that will never be possible. Because
Hmm.
if you do end up achieving that, kudos to you. So whatever your biggest dream is,
Hmm.
reach for it.
Right.
That's my best advice.
Well, it's like, I write my books and I publish them. I've made it as an author. That's fine. I still got a ways to go. But it's
Always,
like,
always
but it,
grinding. You gotta get those into screenplays. Then once you have them in screenplays, I know you already have. Then you start producing movies. Then you get your stuff recognized and more adapt, like to other styles. So that way you'll reach out to a broader audience and a broader audience. So finally,
right,
you're at the point where you don't have to fund your own stuff. Because that's the
right.
biggest thing, is being able to fund everything.
But I mean, in my mindset, just the smallest thing, I've made it, but I still got ways to go.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, you've achieved a goal
Yes,
along your path. That's
yes.
what you should look at it as. Because whatever your biggest dreams are, keep dreaming wild because you can reach that shit. I'm
Right.
telling you, man.
But
Hard enough
well,
work. I've seen people go from not walking to
mm,
walking. So,
but it's like when it comes to your projects, okay, don't bank on just one project, because where do you go from there when you actually make it? You want to have more to do. I mean,
yeah.
you can say you've made it. That's fine and dandy. Don't be
Miracles happen, my guy. You just got to work
yeah,
hard for them.
yeah,
That's the only thing. Like, you got to work hard for your miracles. They're not just going to fall in your lap. And if they do, that's great for you. It was meant to be. But if they don't, you got to keep working for that miracle, because I'm telling you, like I said, like for example, like I don't want to throw them out on stream here, but someone's foot was like literally regrown back.
yeah.
Like
Uh,
after a car accident, they regrew his whole foot back. Like
uh,
if you can like achieve a goal like that in
mhm,
science, then you should be able to achieve things spiritually too,
yeah.
and mentally and emotionally.
But
Like you got to work hard, because good things come to those who work hard.
what I was going for is never be satisfied with your work, because to be satisfied means you're done.
Oh, I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with every track I make, my guy. Let me just say that much. I love my music, and if you can't appreciate your music or
Hmm.
your art, then that's a big flaw, I find. If you can
Right.
appreciate what you do, then the next thing is going to be even better, and then the next thing's going to be even better, and you just got to keep appreciating it, because when that happens, you build better things. Like if you are not motivated, or people keep beating you down saying you're bad at
Yeah.
this, you're bad at this, you're bad at this, you're going to go nowhere if you don't believe in yourself. If people tell you that you're bad at something, and you're like, okay, I'm going to get good at something, then guess what? You get way good at something, especially when someone tells you no. From personal experience, that's coming from me. I'm telling you, like if someone tells you you can't do something, find a way. Find a way.
Let me tell
I'm
you
not saying
something.
it'll come easy, because it will not come easy, but find a way to prove them wrong. Proving people wrong is what we all should do.
Proving people wrong is one thing. It's those people who don't understand or don't even bother listening to your work or reading your work that have no say, should have no say. You know, you've read part of my work, Shadow Legacy, right?
I've read a lot recently. I don't remember which one I've read, but probably not.
Okay. Well, you said you were going to read it in the future. It's about lions. Okay. It's told
Oh,
from the
that
eyes of
one.
a lion.
Oh, I did read
Yes.
some of that. I did read some
Okay.
of that.
Would you believe that one person actually said the book was nothing but the entire Lion King saga retold? Yeah.
Even if it was okay, let me just say this. Even if it was, who still wouldn't want to read that?
Right.
Right? Like, am I not serious about
Yeah.
that? Like, it's not, by the way, but I'm just saying, like, even if it was and I read it, it was a retold version, I would love that. You know? Just embrace art and appreciate it. Just do it, please, because when you appreciate art, it's it's pretty fucking cool, to be
Yeah.
honest. No matter what kind of art it is, whether it be lyrically, book wise, music wise, painting wise, dancing wise, performance wise. I'm telling you, this is all stuff that's fucking art, man. And if you don't appreciate it, you're not gonna be a happy person. Let's just
Right.
put it that way. And you won't be able to appreciate other people, and then they won't appreciate you. So appreciate your damn art.
What challenges have you faced breaking into the music industry, especially as an underground artist?
Oh, man, publicity is the biggest thing. Getting people to actually listen to your music, people to actually appreciate your music, or to just be exposed to it in general is a difficult thing. Because the only service that you have that's not organic are these playlist builders stuff, which are all bots,
Yeah.
100% bots. So you have to organically go out, meet people, tell them about your music, hand them a business card, and be like, thank you for your time. I cannot wait to hear what comes next with you. And that is best way to do it. Um, and just getting your music everywhere. It's like you want your music to be heard everywhere, and you want it to be everywhere. So somewhere like clinical depression or like HIV. You want it to
Hmm.
be everywhere
Right.
at this point. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean. You
Hmm.
want your music to be as wide of base as you can, so you can reach out to as many people as you can, whether they like it or not is on them, not on you. Because if people say they don't like your music, you shouldn't take that personally. It's
Right.
just not their style.
Right.
Um, but I love it when people say they don't like my music. I love it. I go into a little rant like, "What kind of music do you like? Okay, and what kind of influences do you like? And this and that." And then I go out, I produce a song like that, and I send it to them, and they're like, "Oh, this is dope!" I love that. It's my favorite thing to do, is to prove people wrong. So,
How has having an agent impacted your career trajectory so far?
aha. No comment on that now.
No
I'd
comment.
rather I'd rather not comment on that so I don't get in trouble.
What's your take on underground music scene today? Do you feel it's thriving, or are there struggling artists uh, that they're facing now more than ever?
It's struggling, man. I've seen it firsthand. I've been there firsthand. It's terrible. For example, I live in Nashville. The law says that you can perform in Nashville without a permit, as long as you're not on the sidewalk or or like obstructing something, or like
Hmm.
you can be like, well, you can be on the sidewalk and perform. You just can't be like in front of a business or anything like that. You can't be loud and whatnot. Yet for some reason, when you go there, you'll see like a saxophone player, for example, playing, or like another instrument player that's like acoustic guitar strumming really low. And it's
Hmm.
because if you're loud at all, and if you piss off anybody, you're gone.
Yeah.
And people don't like that kind of music. They don't like to just hear like some random guy just playing the guitar, singing really low. No one's gonna tip you. No one's gonna give you any second thought, especially if your original songs are like that. Now, if you were me and you get tickets for this by bringing an amplifier and just putting it down and just singing your music or playing your music with a a DJ controller, um, until the police come and they're just like, shut this shit down now. Let me get your license. Well, here's your ticket. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. In reality, them giving me a ticket is basically way cheaper than buying a $300 a day permit.
Yeah.
So let me just put it that way. So for like the 10, 20, 30 minutes I play, getting like a small little, sometimes it's a warning too, which is good.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not worth the money still, but I mean, like, because $40 ticket is still not worth the money for playing for like 30 minutes sometimes before they catch me that early.
Yeah.
But it kind of sucks that even like a city like Nashville doesn't even support its musicians, and everyone that plays at the bars are only they are obligated to play original music, not original. They can't play any original music. It's all going to be cover songs There's
Really?
there's very little places that you can play original music anywhere in the United States
Oof.
for artists. It's terrible. I'm telling you. You go to a bar, for example, in like, I don't know, Kentucky or something, and you're just like, can I play music here? Like one random day where I can get the stage instead of like a karaoke gig, and we just do like an open mic or something. And I can just play a show for you guys. And they're like, sorry, we have events. You know, even if you get to know the people, it's like they want to do trivia over have a concert kind of thing, you know?
Hmm.
So for a musician, it's very fucking hard to find a show. Unless you pay to be somewhere, which is not going to be cheap.
Yeah.
It's not. There was one place in Connecticut that I remember going to as a kid that I played a gig at one time. It's called The Space.
Hmm.
Basically, you have to buy everyone's tickets, and then you sell those tickets for a higher price. So you buy tickets, $5 tickets, and you can sell them for anything, but you have to sell all of them basically to make your money back.
Yeah.
It's a scam, but
Scalping.
you buy your own tickets for
Mhm.
your show, which is a lot of money, and
Oh.
then you have to sell them for more money. And that way they're selling tickets through you playing. So not only are you playing, but you're also selling your own tickets.
That's wild.
Yeah.
How do
Which
you balance?
I'm okay with doing because working hard is what I'm all about. But to
Right.
screw other artists like that don't necessarily have the motivation that I do, like that kind of sucks, guy.
Try being in my position. I'm still on a fixed income. I
Dude,
can't
I
even
know.
advertise my own work.
Oh man. What else you got for me here? What other questions you got hidden in the old chamber of secrets?
I think I have like 3 or 4 more.
I'm down for them. Let's go.
How do
Fire
you
away.
how do you balance staying true to your artistry while also trying to gain a broader audience?
Dude, I just do what I want to do, to be honest. Let me just tell you that much. Like, whatever I want to do is what I do. I don't like when people tell me that I can't do something, I will always do it. But well, not always, but you know what I mean. Like if they tell me to jump off a bridge, I'll be like, let me get my bungee rope first. Without a bungee rope, there's no takebacks.
I remember
You know, something
working
like
with
that.
you. I remember what it was like.
Yeah, but I'll do anything, man. Like I just do however I feel.
Then again, me working with you was more like you wanted to do something, fine. I found a professional way of doing it.
And then honestly, it was also like you wanted to do something, like, all right, fine, and then I delay it. It's because I'm like afraid of another artist's work sometimes because I'm so used to doing everything on my own. So when you
But
incorporate other people, it's like,
but remember, I was able to make things for you that other people
I
probably wouldn't
know.
have.
What
I
I'm
just did
saying
it
is
on
I
my own.
underutilized you guys because I'm
Yes,
used to working alone.
right.
And I've realized that now. But back then I didn't know that. I didn't know that I felt like I needed to be selfish in my artwork because I didn't trust anyone else's art. And now I've learned that's how I felt.
Hmm.
And I don't feel that way anymore. I love collaborating with people. You asked me if I prefer doing it before. But what
Hmm.
I need to do and what I have been doing is working with people. And actually, I've made better stuff collaborating with people
Hmm.
than I've done in the past. I
Yeah,
think collaboration is key, but learning how to collaborate is more important.
right.
So I finally got over that gap. That's a milestone for me. So when you said before, you had said, like, which one would I rather do? I'd rather just do it by myself.
Right.
But the better result is me doing it with others as a team.
Right. What's your opinion on streaming platforms? Are they a blessing or a curse for independent musicians?
I think they're a blessing, man. It's free publicity.
Yeah.
You just get more people to watch you. That's just free publicity for you right there. You know what I'm saying? Pearl,
Yeah.
shh. Natty, you take Pearl out. You take her out there. Yeah, man. So, like, for example, if you get, how much does Twitch cost again?
This.
That's right, it's free. And so, if you can just tell people, hey, whenever I'm on Twitch, just listen, watch me perform or whatever, and you do that, then It's free for you. Not only that, you can make money doing it. So I think it's like a huge thing nowadays is influencers. How people say that they want to be a YouTube influencer or whatnot, or a Twitch influencer. What are you doing? You're influencing a large crowd, right?
Right.
So my idea of influencing is music, which I think is awesome. Because I
Right.
get to show you and influence you on how I feel and not have to do these advertisements for my sponsors and this crap and this crap. No, I'd rather just tell my freaking story, you know?
Right.
Just tell my story. And the people who want to hear my story can listen to my story and tell other people that, hey, listen, this story's dope, man. Like, it's sad, it's emotional, it's got love in it, it's got hate in it, it's got like rescuing, like princess kind of style from it. It's got like a lot of cool little things in there, and the lyrics all tell the story. And so I think it's dope when you can stream on Twitch and get your story heard. That's just my 2 cents.
That's the greatest thing about Twitch is, you get to show people behind the scenes, behind the music, behind everything that you're doing.
Yeah. And even stream on live on YouTube or whatnot.
Yeah. And you can still get paid for it.
Yeah, Facebook. I don't know if Facebook will pay you,
No, Facebook won't.
but like you still stream there for publicity because a lot of people watch Facebook live streams.
See, I
You
didn't
know,
know about that.
yeah, dude, I'm always on Facebook lives,
Huh.
especially because there's like a lot of gamers and stuff. If you just happen to be scrolling through Facebook and you see like a random live performance of like, I don't know, of me playing at a concert or something, like people will watch that. Be like, oh shit, he's on, because I've made a connection with them. You know, like
Yeah.
I know them and they know me now. They're part of my family, kind of thing. You know.
See, right now I've been using Facebook as a business platform to try and get my work out there.
Yeah, just imagine all the people that you know scrolling through Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Now use that as a marketing tool to not a marketing tool, but I mean, like well, it could be a marketing tool, but like hey, we're playing live here. You can listen to my music by watching this live stream. Then they get to listen to your music. They get to understand, from me, it would
Mm-hmm.
be my story or my emotions more. Um, and that's what I want. So when I say influencer, I want people to be influenced by my story,
Yeah.
which is free on Twitch, on YouTube, on all live platforms. So for me, it's not about making a ton of money. Like, I'm comfortable where I'm at. It's more, I want people to hear my story.
Right.
So streaming live on Facebook and like as a Facebook influencer would be dope, and that's something I have done and I plan on doing too in the future a lot more. Because the more platforms you have, the better. Instagram, TikTok, you name it, for
If
your
you
artistry.
if you could perform with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Tupac.
Tupac.
He's been shot so many times, man. I want to know. I want to know what experience he had. Like what he would say after, if he were to like come back to life somehow. That would have been dope, right? That would have been dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I honestly I try not to, when people ask me who influences my sound
Mm-hmm.
for different genres, it's hard to say because my influences are literally just like they come to my mind. Like I just
Right.
think about the melodies that I want to use after I've written the lyrics that I want. I think like, what was I trying to portray here through these lyrics? When I'll just be randomly writing lyrics in my phone, I'll be like, what am I trying to portray here? What kind of message, and how do I want people to feel while I'm telling them this message?
Mm-hmm.
And so my melody just is influenced just from thoughts in my head for the most part about how I'm feeling about literally anything. So when I get that emotional spark and somehow the universe connects with a certain idea that's in my head, all those moons align and stuff, then I make such a banger, I swear. And I'm proud of my music because I love my music. And if you can appreciate your own music, then, others can too.
What would you say to aspiring artists to help inspire them to get into the entertainment industry?
Oh, what would I say? Don't let anything stop you. You can only go as far as you try and believe. That's what I would say. If you believe you can do something, even if you believe you can't do something, what will it take? Like, ask those questions. Like, what will it take for you to get there? I
And
think
that
that's
wrap
important. Just asking questions.
and that wraps up another episode of LPA Presents. A
Oh,
massive
there's
thank
so
you
much
to Eric
more though.
Sanchez. I'm
There's
sorry.
so much more. Is there going to be an episode 2?
I mean, we could for next season 4.
Let's do it. Let's do an episode 2 because your boy's got so much more to say. So much more to say. You guys don't just barely broken the tip of the iceberg on my story. I think I just laid out some like main outlines. That was about it. Like, oh, dude, I have so much more. But okay, I'll be
We'll
good.
shoot.
I'll be good.
We'll shoot for season 4. There's always next.
Season 4.
Yeah, season 4. I start recording in November. Um,
Wait, say that again.
I
I have
start.
to wait a whole year.
Sadly.
You're kidding me. No, I think that's unacceptable. We're gonna have to record this before that.
Okay, but it won't be able to be played until season 4 starts in February of the following year.
That's fine. Let's record
Okay.
again tomorrow. I'm serious.
To everyone out there dreaming of creating, whether it's music, writing, performing, or anything else, remember this. The entertainment
Persistence
industry
is
isn't
key.
about fitting into someone else's mold. It's about finding your voice and having the courage to share it. Start where you are, use what you have, and keep going. Your story matters, your art matters, and the world needs more dreamers willing to take the first step. I'm Matthew D. Rhodes, and until next time, keep listening, keep creating, and keep believing in yourself. See you soon on the
Wait,
next episode of
and I'm also agreeing with Matthew when he says keep going. We should keep going, man. I'm just kidding. I'm going to be good. And I'm SulkyThread. And thank you for listening to my music. Thank you for checking me out. You can check me out on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, you name it. YouTube Music. I'm all over. It's just SulkyThread. One friggin' word. SulkyThread. I am the Sultan of Sulk. And your boy is out. Deuces.
And we're clear.